Young and the Restless spoilers reveal the tense and gloomy atmosphere of Heather's funeral. Sharon Newman is experiencing intense inner turmoil. Despite trying to maintain her composure, the increasing guilt and psychological pressure makes Sharon unstable. Hiding the secret related to Heather's death not only makes Sharon live in fear of being discovered, but also makes her fall into a fragile mental state. Sharon knows that she should stay away from the funeral, but the constant torment and obsession with Heather makes her unable to stay out. In an impulsive act, Sharon decides to attend the funeral, knowing full well that her presence will not be welcomed. This not only puts her in danger but also creates an opportunity for those who are suspicious of her, especially Phyllis Summers, to take advantage of the situation to force her into a corner. Daniel Romalotti Jr., who loved and cherished Heather, tried to keep the funeral peaceful out of respect for her memory. However, he immediately recognized Sharon's presence and firmly asked her to leave. For Daniel, Sharon's presence was nothing more than an insult to the deceased. But Sharon, haunted by guilt and mental problems, could not pull herself away. She was drawn closer to the past, as if drawn closer, even though she knew it would only complicate things. In a corner of the room, Phyllis Summers watched silently, and anger boiled inside her when she saw Sharon at the funeral. Phyllis had always believed that Sharon was involved in Heather's death and believed that Sharon had deliberately set up Daniel to deflect all suspicion from herself. Instead of confronting Sharon directly, Phyllis planned to use Sharon's instability to provoke her, hoping to gain a public confession. As Sharon entered the funeral, she could not avoid the sharp, disdainful looks from those around her. In her troubled mind, Sharon began to see those looks as invisible accusations, whispers of doubt and obsession. She began to mumble in self-defense, trying to cover up her fear. Phyllis did not miss this moment. With sharp eyes and meaningful words, Phyllis approached Sharon, provoking her by mentioning the memories between Heather and Daniel, emphasizing how much they had suffered before Sharon's appearance. Pushed to the brink, Sharon gradually lost control, and Phyllis's accusations began to strike at the deepest fears in her heart. Phyllis continued to provoke Sharon's anger with sarcastic words, causing Sharon to be unable to control herself any longer. She screamed in pain and self-defense, unintentionally revealing details that only the people truly involved would know. Sharon's words not only aroused suspicion from everyone, but also made Phyllis feel victorious. She knew that although Sharon had not directly confessed, this public breakdown had left a deep impression, even arousing suspicion in the hearts of Daniel and Heather's relatives. Phyllis had succeeded in putting Sharon in an undeniable position without any direct evidence. The funeral scene became chaotic when Sharon could no longer keep her composure. She almost screamed, blaming everyone around her for the suffering she was enduring. Some people tried to stop her, but the obsession and guilt were too strong, making her unable to escape the spiral of self-recrimination. Daniel, in pain and shock, began to wonder if Sharon was really involved in Heather's death. Phyllis, at this moment, had achieved her goal, not only sowing seeds of doubt in people's hearts but also leaving a stain on Sharon's public image. Sharon, now, was not only mentally damaged but also lost the trust and support of those around her. How would Sharon face the consequences? And would Phyllis continue to push Sharon into more extreme situations in the future? Daniel finally couldn't keep his composure. He walked up to Sharon, looked straight into her eyes and asked if she was really involved in Heather's death. Sharon, at that moment, seemed to see herself in Daniel's eyes, a person who was painfully searching for the truth. But instead of answering, she just kept silent, avoiding his gaze, like a wordless confession. Phyllis, now, just needed to stand and watch. There was no need to do anything more. She has achieved what she wanted, making Sharon a suspect in the eyes of everyone, and turning what she did into a secret that the whole society will gradually discover. For her, this battle is not over, but she believes that she has won a decisive battle, and that the truth will gradually come to light in the coming days. How long can Sharon escape her crimes? Subscribe to Yonder for the latest news.